All right. We got to get into it because I did get my my warp smiths in, which is actually kind of huge. Vashdor should be here today. I should have a Rhino coming in Wednesday, I think. We got work to do. It took us a whole day to pre-paint these rats and then spray them down. But I don't imagine that that's going to be the case going forward. It's good. There's a couple things I do want to fix on the main rat here. Particularly make his that front part of his face pink. Like his muzzle, I guess, would be the word for it. Not Fulgrim. And then we got to do his teeth. What, why Skaven? I mean, Skaven or Skaven. But this is a team that came out of the Mirrored City box. Oh, we have a couple things actually I want to do with this. So this is a team that comes out of the Mirrored City box, and I didn't have it, so I figured I'd keep it because it's a way to expand everything I'm kind of working on here. Where we need Blood for the Blood God for one effect. And then we need Nihilic Oxide. There we are. There we are. Because we've already done Trolls, we've already done Gits. We've done Ghosts, we've done Demons, we've done Stormcast. Forgot to undo the servo. Yeah. We've done Stormcast, so might as well have like a Skaven squad, right? He would make a good, well, he'd make a good, not a Keller morph. He would make for a good, because I think it's the right size base. This would be a solid Sanctus Talon. The Sanctus Dagger Wielder. He'd be great for that. Pretty sure he's the right size base for it. Oh no, yeah, the Rat Sassins. The Rat Sassins are great looking. The next team I'm looking at though would be the Gits Knights. And then maybe the Plague Rats. Because Plague Rats I actually do really like their look. A lot. Nihilic Oxide. No, yeah, and they make great models. hopefully you can use them as either special models or actual models in 4th edition. Looking forward to the new Skaven. Oh, he pulled a back muscle. Dude, I feel like this is what happened, but I'm not sure. I feel like one of my calf muscles, I overextended it and I tore it. Like a part of it. Like it actually felt, God, like the only way to describe it is, it felt like what I imagine rolling up a window shade in my leg would feel like. And it took me like months to work it back up. Yeah, the tournament I went to actually for Underworlds, one of the guys who's huge into Underworlds, that's the list he used. And his looked really good. He did this beautiful fade on their cloaks from like yellow to brown. It looked so good. Yeah, the models they showed look great. Sadly, I'm not a Skaven player. Like, we have a lot of Skaven players locally, though. One of them's actually playing Genestealer Cult, and he's using a lot of his Skaven models to make them the Cheese Stealer Cult. So basically, all the Genestealer Cult models have rat heads now, so he just has a bunch of rats, like 40k Skaven, which is great. All right, we're gonna call it for him. We gotta get working on these guys. I don't think I want their cloth to be red like his. I want his cloth to make him look unique, which means we need to figure out a different cloth color, which is probably going to end up being... Do we want them to be blue? No. I think I want their cloth to be green. I haven't made any green cloaks yet. So I think we could do well with green cloaks here. No, yeah, he started posting them in the Discord. He was like, yeah, I'm finishing up my Genestealer Cult. And it was just Cheese Stealer Cult. It was great. All right, we need a... Dude, I hate that this is a base. It's such a good green, and it's a base, and I hate that about it. I hate it so much. Nurgling... Probably gonna need some of my Army Painter greens. Green skin, jungle green. I thought there was a darker green that I had. Goblin green. Scaly hide. Scaly hide actually looks better than Nurgling. I love that these look almost exactly the same. Like, come on. Could have swore I had a dark green, though. I mean, we can just work off of the already existing green. Oh, dude, I have moot green. Where did I put it? So I have moot green, but I also highly suggest these, if I'm being real. Because I've been using them heavily, and I'm noticing how good they are. So flat. You get a huge container of it for... This is actually twice what a Citadel bottle of paint costs. But, like, you get 5 times the quantity of paint. I will never need to buy another one of these. So I've been using some So-Flat colors, which actually, now that I've said it out loud, reminds me... I need to find fluorescent red so we can do the eye real quick. Yeah, So-Flats have been a wonder as a paint. Like, they're just so good. I should have Moot Green somewhere. Moot Green is like a solid. It's one of the better ones. Definitely a good paint. These will be the last of the Underworld's mirrored city models that I need to work on. How is his eye facing? Okay. We'll even hit it on this side because I kind of want it to play in on the light side as well. Pretty sure it'll all look the same though, because I feel like... No, yeah, once you gotta, if you find something good, stick with it. Honestly, like if you're experiencing something where you're like, hell yeah, this is the best thing ever, don't worry about changing it that much. SoFlat ink is kind of new, and someone at the store suggested it after I saw it, so I was like, oh, maybe, because you get the fluorescence in SoFlat, and that's really cool. Because I use fluorescence through the airbrush, which is how we got the pink lighting on all the rats. It was great. I don't use it with SoFlat. Don't airbrush SoFlat. At least check the SoFlat to see what's in it to decide whether you want to airbrush it or not. Because there's some bad chemicals in some paints you do not want to put through an airbrush. But yeah, if you got stuff you want to use, like, now is the time, man. Some of the most common paint companies, like some of the most simplistic paints and cheap paints, are actually just insanely good now. Forgot to paint his tooth. Like, I've tried the Fanatic line for Army Painter. It's good. Army Painter Fanatic is fantastic. Where is my Moot Green? Now that you've said it out loud. Oh, there it is. No, that's Tesseract. I think this is my other bottle of Tesseract. Yep. The one that's almost out. Scorpion. Did I leave my Moot Green somewhere? Oh, no. Oh, I found it. Moot Green. So I think we'll utilize what's already down here. We'll utilize the teal that I've already used. And we'll bring it up to, what standards? How do we want to do this? I'm thinking we go to Scaly Hide directly, so it pulls it really fast up the gradient tree, and then we either Moot or Jungle Green. I think maybe we Moot. Yeah, we'll Scaly Hide into Moot. And we'll just do that on all of them real quick. Get a little bit of this rapid painting done. I'm super excited, man. I need to record us building the Warp Smiths. I might try to get out here every day this week and stream. Because if I can build the Warp Smiths and then I get Vashdor and today and all that, like, we've got my list basically done. I thought CSM was coming out Tuesday, but it's coming out Saturday. I don't know, that feels a little too bright. Maybe we start Moot and go to Scaly. Some metallics are really bad. I have a copper I have a copper from Army Painter. And I thought, ooh, copper, because, like, I never see copper, right? Like, I never see copper anywhere in anyone else's formats, any other, like, paint styles. I never see copper. So I was like, oh, I have a copper now. I can try to use it. So I attempted to use it on my my Felgor that I had. And it looked so bad. I still feel like this is just jutting to green way too quickly from the turquoise. Clear it off again. Maybe we do start with a dark green. Dark green to moot green to scaly green, maybe. And if we're going to start with a dark green, we'll try Army Painter green skin. Mixer go burr. But yeah, the reveals were all right. I'm a little sad that GSC, as far as we can tell, is only getting one thing. It's just like, hey, that list with all those characters in it. Hopefully you guys like more characters. And it's like, you guys do know that the assassination mission is a thing, right? Like you're kind of ruining us here. I get that you want us to use Brood Brothers.
Poggers.
Yeah. Oh, surreal. That's much better. I'll try to just do this on their cloaks. I think their actual gear is going to be leather. Oh, you haven't looked at the reveals? Dude, the new models look great. The Gray Rat thing, like, they showed, I think, a champion model, or they showed 2 character models, and they showed the new Gatling gun, or Ratling gun, as everyone likes to call it, because it's awesome. They look good. The new models look great. Very dynamically posed. Just a solid overall thing. Hopefully I can get this video out in the next day or two talking about the reveals. Because I want to get a video out, man. I need to get more videos going. Streams are great, but like, I also want to just have videos for people to watch. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. For Sisters, they showed a new Canoness, I believe. A new flying leader person, which was also a little boring. And for GSC, they were like, hey, you guys want a new leader? We noticed you're missing anti-tank leaders. We're going to give you an anti-tank leader. Here's the cover for your codex. I don't know. It felt a little like meh. Like it could have been cool. Yeah, Grayseer is cool. This guy is not wearing a cloak. No, that's not bad. That means I can focus on his fur, maybe. Because he looks naked. Is he wearing pants? I don't think he's wearing pants. I think he's naked. Pretty sure he's naked. Oh, he's got a loincloth. Okay. I found his cloak, everyone. We're good. I found the cloak. Loincloth achieved. Like, that's the thing. They showed the Malstream Gene Stealers. I wish they were like, oh, by the way, you can use these in 40k. I would love that. I would love Malstream Gene Stealers in 40k. Those little brain ticks, are you kidding me? Those look so cool. Like, I'm out here thinking I'm going to get some pure strains, and then I saw those. I was like, oh, let's just get that stuff. All right, I kind of want to look at reference for this guy, because Skaven for me is not something I normally paint, and part of me wants to paint his legs naked, like furless. And I kind of want to make sure that that's what people tend to do. And I don't know if that's actually what people tend to do. No, it looks like they paint them the color of the fur. Like, I'm out here thinking, let's just paint them pink. Nah, they go fur colors. It's mostly the muzzle, the nose, the ears, and the tail. Maybe the feet and the hands. Which we'll do. We'll do feet, we'll do hands. We'll do feet. Although I think the only hand I need to paint is this one, because that one's covered. That thumb, maybe? No, that's not a thumb. This hand is completely covered. Guys out here telling me to show me mine. Nah, I'm good. I just need quick reference is all, just for like general concepts. So I just gotta pull up a picture of a basic Skaven guy. So to those in the Philly area, a reminder, there's a convention coming up next month called Too Many Games that I should be at. I'm going to be bringing all of my Underworlds stuff in a box so that we can like chill and play. I'm mostly bringing it because somebody I know from stuff I've done in the past is going to be there, and he asked if he wanted to check it out, try it out. See if he liked it. Expand his horizons, his understanding of things. So I'll be bringing the boards, the dice, the tokens, the 2 different sets of boards that I have specifically, the Weirdhollow teams, the Mirrored City teams. I probably won't bring the starter teams because I don't Now that the CSM Codex is coming out, we have things to put together in Paint. Get his snout, his muzzle. His ear. The main one's gonna have white fur, but we need to pick a color for fur for these other ones, I think. Probably go like a red fur. I don't know if I have a good dark red, though. We've got that dark red violet, or blue violet, potentially. I don't know. We gotta think about it. I like the idea of their leader just being like a really old rat. Like, he's made it this far. So they said we're getting the redos of all the codexes today, I believe. Like, that was their announcement today, was that AOS was gonna be re-indexed, so similar to how 10th came out. Hopefully I'll see some cool things for the Disciples of Tzeentch. We do need to finish painting some of those models soon. Specifically the Screamers that I have, because if I want to play Spearhead, supposedly the first Spearheads that are going to be out are the ones that are kind of already out as Vanguard boxes. Which means I am 3 Screamers away from being done my Vanguard box. It's like 2 weeks. He's an elderly 2-week-old rat. He's seen things. I'm going to try to machine gun a couple games off this weekend in, you know, Operation Overcome how I used to play 40K and actually try to win rather than try to table opponents. It's something I've been looking to really get into because I feel like I did that with Kill Team pretty easily. Like, Kill Team felt so different to me that when I was learning it, my brain just kind of went to the place of, oh, let's not do this dumb thing that I used to do. Let's actually go for victory points. Let's have that moment of being like, oh, I scored full victory. This is great. And then I keep going back to 40K and, like, I'll draw my secondaries and I'll be like, oh, I have to cleanse a point. Okay. Let me see how many units of yours I can kill. I think I'm going to shoot with everything this round, so I'm not going to cleanse. And literally by the end of the game, it's just like, you have 30 points. No. I don't even build lists for the missions anymore. Like, the list I took to the 4v4 was a Knights list where I was just like, I don't need to go for missions. I don't need allies. I don't need any of that. We'll just go. Try to kill the enemy. It's fine. Nope. It was not fine. Spoilers. So I have a competitive K-Suns list I wrote down. I actually have two. I'm going to try one of them first. Because I think it'll work. I think it covers a lot of the missions mechanically. What's up, Long Furby? Not going with the pee-pee poo-poo today? Giving it the mix. Mixing it up. Hell yeah, man. Workday paint sessions. I'm going to have to throw this brush out. I've soaped it 3 times. It keeps splitting. One of these I didn't hit the ears on. This one. Nice. Let's do the Fulgrim highlights on it. I actually really hate Fulgrim pink. No matter how much I mix it, it just still feels so liquidy. And they're all like that. I went back to my local store and I cracked one of the Fulgrims open. Because I was like, there's no way my Fulgrim's just bad, right? I cracked the Fulgrim they had open. It was the same exact consistency. It's basically water with a little bit of pink in it. Super annoying. You have to be very careful about how much you put on the brush. Because if you put too much on the brush and then you go in for a stroke, it just like pulls and then goes where it shouldn't. It's super annoying. So annoying. I kind of hope that there's like a Fnatic Army Painter paint that's about this same shade of pink. Because those tend to go on a lot smoother. And I'm thinking I might need to grab one. Unless So Flat has a pink like this. I hate Fulgrim pink, sir. Whole quote, please. I'm still looking forward to what they might do with Fulgrim in 40k. I still think my idea for my CSM Vashtor list, though, is gonna be good. Because I think I did what I should have done, right? I did the thing you're supposed to do, where you have enough focus on killing potential that you have an answer for most things. But also you focus enough on capturing points and being able to perform tasks. Because I've seen people post lists that they're like, oh, this is my Vashtor list. And it's literally just all tanks. And all I can think of is, man, that list is going to change pretty quickly when you realize the next rule set for the next season of competitive is going to be mostly about battle line. Because they've already showed that stuff. What up, Rax? They've already showed all that stuff off a little bit, and all the cards for the new missions in the next season of 40k is battle line. So all the people who are just like, oh, I'm gonna go only vehicles, it's like, dude, you need to calm down. So I'm going just enough vehicles. I'm going just enough benefit for those vehicles. And then I'm leaning heavily into taking like Felgor and Rhinos and stuff. Maybe some Chaos Spawn, we'll see. They changed Chaos Spawn in a way that's kind of annoying. They don't heal anymore. Super bad. Maybe they'll make them cheaper. Because honestly, with the new rules that they have for the Chaos Spawn, they need to be cheaper. There's no reason to take them anymore. You always took them for their heals because they would survive most things and then just heal to full. Now they won't heal to full. No, yeah. Like, what did he not take Mauler Fiends? Because that's what everyone says. You take Mauler Fiends. But I think because Mauler Fiends and Forge Fiends are huge, like the list I saw from, I think, Goonhammer was Mauler Fiends, Forge Fiends, and like one Hellbrute and a Defiler. But that's a Knights list. Defilers are as big as frickin' Tyrants, like Chaos Knight Tyrants. And then the Forge and Mauler Fiends are harder to hide than War Dogs. Actual facts. Whereas my list is at least 2 Hellbrutes, 1 Helldrake, which that's the model I need to hide. 1 or 2 Forge Fiends, 1 or 2 Warp Smiths, and then we just fill out with mechanics units. And the Hellbrutes are my front line. They're just my front line. I'm going to go with a Melt-A-Hammer and then a dual fist, dual heavy flamer. We'll see how much space I have left, because I am debating a Defiler, so I could bring the Defiler in from reserve, because that would be horrifying. The Venom Crawlers were the only thing he had for melee then, and that sucks. Venom Crawlers are only okay at melee. And with their new rules, they don't get damage from killing things with their flamethrower. They have to kill it in melee. And it's not even really a flamethrower, it's just a multi-attack. I like my list because the Helldrake is so purposeful, and everything about the Vashdor information makes the Helldrake better. Because you can use the Helldrakes in hover, which means they work as regular vehicles. They can take and hold areas that they don't need OC for. There's so much value in having a Helldrake in the Vashdor list. Just one. That's all you need. So many people in this game run Primarchs and other big, scary flying things, and the Helldrake is literally just the how do I kill the big, scary flying thing unit. Oh, dude, Helldrakes of course get you mad street cred, but like I run the Thousand Suns Helldrake and he was okay. The Chaos Helldrake is so stupidly good. +1 to hit against flying units. Are you kidding me? Frickin' the Vashdor bonus. It's literally you fly in with this thing, and then you go into melee with it. And then you pop its, the super Vashdor thing, the super frickin' enhancement, giving it 2+ attacks. So it's 7 attacks, hitting on 2s, wounding on 2s against flying units with dev wounds on 2s. That's at most 14 wounds. And because you super pacted it, you probably went with sustained because you don't want lethal. So maybe you even get more. Like this thing could one tap a 400-point Primarch as a 200-point vehicle. That's just crazy to me. When I found that out, I was just like, yep, we're doing this. We're going that route. I'm taking 1. Guaranteed I am taking 1. That's what we're doing. All right, let's work up the cloaks. Now that we got the tails and whatnot done. Then we'll work on the armor. I think we're going to go with brass for most of the armor. And thanks to the Vashdor detachment, you can give it the ability to just go through walls. So while it's in hover mode on the field, you can just be like, all right, he's a 20-inch movement that I can turn off anything that slows it down. Like, he'll just be able to get where he needs to go. There's nothing you can do about it. It's great. Just hide him in the back. No, yeah, and he sucks anywhere else. Like, reading what Vashdor's list did, and then realizing what that meant for the Helldrake, I was just like, yeah, we're going Helldrake. taking at least one. Because it kind of works in the other directions too. The Hellbrutes, you can just have Hellbrutes and then at some point be like, well, I'm going through the wall. Here we go. Because the go through the wall ability, I don't think is demon related. It might be. You might have to make it a demon before it goes through the wall. I think demon is only, the only benefit demon gets is that they have access to the second tier of the Vashtor, like, pact. I'm pretty sure that's, like, the main thing, and then I think it's Hellsteel is the other thing. I think only demons can get Hellsteel, and only demons can get the second tier Vashtor pact. But of course, for a command point, I can permanently make a Hellbrute into a demon. So if I ever want to go that route, I can do it. And it also leaves me enough wiggle room in the actual meta so that if I go up against a team that's like, oh, yo, I've got a ton of anti-demon stuff, I could be like, oh, I'll just leave my Hellbrutes the way they are. You won't be able to get, like, big benefits against them. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. All right, I'm back. I cannot wait to use Helldrakes in a competitive fashion. Like, I want to be that guy, man. Helldrake Streakhead and win games. Let's go. I kind of want that moment where someone's like, I mean, it's cool you're using a Helldrake, but what's the benefit? And then just, like, one tap. Like, he's just got a freaking monolith or something, and I'm just like, oh, it's this. And I fly over and just kill his monolith in one go. Just brawl. Like, that's what the benefit is. This is why I do it. All right, now we're gonna do the peak highlights. It's why I was thinking of going dual Helldrakes, but you can only really hide one. Go bike. Go bike. Exercise. Live. Yeah, then we bring it to the lighter green at the top middle area. It works. Scaly green. For things no one ever sees but really wants to see, I guess that would be, I mean, that's kind of like street cred. Like, there's, because right now, the things that get you noticed is that you're using the most basic of models. Maybe, I feel like at this point in 40K, street cred comes if you're using a list no one thought would work and then winning. Because apparently a list that just wanted GT was Gladius Ultramarines. Just Gladius Ultramarines. That was it. Took the most basic detachment that no one's talking about anymore. The most basic frickin' vanilla unit types and just wanted GT with it. Like, I think that's like the ultimate actual street cred. Like, if you're aiming to get people to look at you and go, yo, you're the man. That's what you do. You show up to a tournament with the most BS vanilla. Like, honestly, if I showed up to a tournament with knights without allies and won, like somehow I like pulled it off where I strategically did the greatest things of all time. We might actually push this to lime green too. I feel like that would be the ultimate street cred moment. Someone would be like, yo, what do you bring as allies? He had Nurglings? He had like, did he have Nurgle allies? Because that's, you need those to win. And then it's like, nah, man. He literally just walked through the door with a freaking Tyrant and a Despoiler and a bunch of Carnivores and Brigands. And just won. Won the whole tournament. Yeah, we're gonna, ooh, Vivid Vault Green, baby. As the ultimate outside highlight. Oh, it looks so good. This guy's going boarding patrol. What was in the Demon's boarding patrol? I can't remember. Was it corn? Was it bulk corn? Or are you saying combat patrol? Was there a Demon's boarding patrol? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, they really leaned into corn for demons. For like everything. The combat patrol, the boarding patrol, it was all corn. Because I think the corn demons were the newest when they decided to make the boxes, right? That was the whole thing. So they were just like, oh, everyone's going to want corn. Meanwhile, I'm sitting out here with my Tzeentch being like, when's my time? When? Alright, let's do the armor. We should have, not Blood Reavers. Warplock Bronze is important. Thondia. Thondia, and then Reikland Fleshshade after the bronze. Yeah, Corn got a lot of benefit in the most recent releases of stuff, which is, you know, good. Corn's awesome. Someone almost won a major tournament as solo Corn Demons, which, I mean, that would have been really cool. A lot of people were hoping that would actually have happened. I think, did he win? I can't remember. He was just playing like pure Corn Demons. I think he had like Scarbrand and then just a ton of regular demons. And maybe, I think he had the big demon, I keep forgetting the name of. Because he's still kind of new to me. Be'lakor. I'm pretty sure he had a Be'lakor. Almost every demon army runs Be'lakor. It seems like most people, I don't know, it's kind of weird. A lot of people who point out the demon lists that they run, it feels like the mistake I make when I build lists. Because they're always just like, oh, I took all greater demons. It's like, man, you focused a lot of power into singular units. I don't know how that's going to turn out for you. Like, people are just going to focus fire the units down in order of what's important, and then they're going to tie up other ones in combat with things that, like, you can attack 10 times. It's going to take you 2 turns to kill what you're fighting. So, you know, they've tied you up for 2 turns with something they don't care about. They should, but, like, that's a lot, man. I think they had their own start collecting. That was, like, the big thing. I feel most of the lists, most of the demon directions, I guess, alliances, or however you want to view it, most of them went the route of start collecting boxes, which was kind of cool. I think we'll do the brass for the handguard, but then we'll do actual metal. Like a actual gunmetal, dark metal for the claws. Any other armor components? Nah, most of it's on the front where the lighting is, so it doesn't matter. Oh, the tail. It would be cool to get each god as like a straight up thing you can purchase. Because that's kind of the most annoying thing right now, because I would probably... The thing is, if I was to play demons, I would play Chaos Tzeentch demons. Which, I mean, that's just me asking not to win. Hopefully when the Demons Codex gets revealed, every single Pantheon is getting like an extra unit that fills in a blank that they've all been missing. Because they all kind of miss something. I think Khorne is probably the closest to having a full contingent of just units you'll want for anything. And then I think Nurgle's right behind them. But Tzeentch is just like, we have a couple things. We've got this limited selection. If you're interested. And then I feel like Slaanesh, they got their work over for Mortals in AOS, which I think helped them a bit in Chaos Demon form, maybe? I don't think many of the Mortals came over as Chaos Demons, though. This is all leather, fur. No arm guards, so just back metals. You mean, go each of the Pantheons? Well, the models are actually kind of new. Wait, which one did you mean are old? The Lord of Change model is incredible. I have 2 of them. I bought one for Kairos and then one for a regular Lord of Change. In theory, from what I understand, most people who play Tzeentch Demons heavily, they usually lean into like 3 Lords of Change and a Kairos as their core, which is so crazy to me. Especially now, Kairos' Vect is not great. He's so expensive, and Vect Vect has such very limited uses now. Like, there's some armies where it's great, but I've also noticed in watching tournaments with people who have Vect, they literally wait till turn 3 to Vect something because the thing they Vect was only able to be used in, like, turn 3 and 4. Because it's one of those, like, late game, oh, you did this benefit, now you get to use this command point function that's really strong, and you're probably only going to use it once per game, and then the person just Vects, and it's like, oh, nobody cares. But yeah, Demons, Tzeentch is hard to collect for, mostly because the character models in the Tzeentch list, almost all of them come from the same box that you have to purchase if you want to really go that route. Like, frickin'... You have to buy the Chariot box so that you can get Fate Skimmer, or you can get a Burning Chariot. Like, you have to buy that box several times and then plan which leaders you want to purchase out of it. Because you can get a Exalted Flamer. You can just get one out of it. But then you have room for a Chariot with Fate Skimmer on it, probably. And then you need to buy it again, so you get the Burning Chariot. And then you could get, like, a Change Caster or something. Like, it's super obnoxious. And I hate it. But I also had to buy it because I needed an Exalted Flamer. So now I have a Fate Skimmer and an Exalted Flamer. And a full squad of Screamers. I thought I was getting close to 2k demon points. I'm like at 1200. And I have a lot of units. It's very confusing. I think I'm too used to playing... Oh, his head's just fully out. Not even in a helmet. Okay. Is this a metal shield or a wood shield? This is a wood shield. This is a metal top, though. I'm just too used to having, like, 5 units on the field and that being 2,000 points. I've been playing too many elite armies. Getting into Genestealer Cult was baffling, the amount of people I have to put down on the field. I was not ready. Main reason I don't play Genestealer Cult in tournaments is for that reason. It's just too many people. I have to move so much stuff. The benefit is that you probably leave a bunch of it in reserve, which is good. Definitely want to do that. Do I want the bottom part of his stuff to be the green cloak as well? I think maybe we do. Yeah, we'll try to do that real quick. We've got the green out already. If you're getting into Genestealer Cult, look for the last combat patrol. Look for it. Actually look for it. Try to get it for its actual price. Because the new combat, the new battle force, all that stuff, it's going to be a little expensive. And I feel like comparatively in cost, it's not going to be the best for collecting. But like, if you can get a combat patrol, like the old one, and then if you can get a boarding patrol for like a decent price... You wearing pants? Oh no, this is all part of his cloak. It's actually kind of crazy looking. He's wearing like a skirt. This rat, it wears pants. No, yeah, they're going to be crazy good. Chaos is actually going to be problematic. Have you looked at Chaos? Frickin', I'm going to be using Felgor. Felgor aren't battle line. It's so weird. Zangor battle line in Thousand Suns. Felgor aren't in Chaos. You can only get legionaries and cultists. So I've looked. There's a chance that I'm going to buy a ton of, because I found them for really cheap. I might buy a ton of those Ash Wastes guys because you get 10 in a box. That's cultist amount. And they actually look really cool. They would look great since my Thousand Suns are desert themed. To get Ash Waste units on top of that, I think it would look really cool. No, Felgor are infantry and like other, basically. They are not battle line. It is very obnoxious. I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Like, their main element is that they aren't really strong at much, but they have scouting, and they can come in from reserve a turn earlier than what they would. So, turn 1, they can come in from table edge. Turn 2, they can come in from opponent's spawn. Right? Which is really cool. But that means they're also not great. Dude, I love Thousand Suns. But we're going to be playing Chaos Space Marine, Vashdor Detachment. Which I'm kind of happy finding stuff out. I thought marks were going to be universally a thing across all the detachments when I was thinking of getting into it. And I come to find out that marks are only useful in the Slaves to Darkness detachment. So I can just play whatever models I have and not be like, oh, these are Tzeentch or whatever, or just be confused. No, I'm just playing Vashdor Detachment. The only thing you need to worry about is whether or not a unit is a demon and a vehicle at the same time. That's it. That's all you got to care about. Because I have a ton of them. That's the thing. I was collecting so many demon engines when I was getting back into the game because I thought they were really cool. And then I come to find out that you really don't want to use those in the Thousand Suns detachment. You mostly just want to focus on rubrics and leaders, and that's it. Throw an Ahriman in there, throw a Magnus in there, you're good to go. I got 3 Hellbrutes. I'm thinking of picking up a 4th because I kind of want to be able to make another melee Hellbrute. And I magnetized one of my 3 Hellbrutes, which is awesome. It's so good to magnetize them. But one of them is a las cannon missile launcher combo, which sucks. Like, I hate that Hellbrute. I know where I would want to put him on the field in most matches, because he is the stand back and just kind of chill unit. Like, he pops in and out and just shoots missiles and lasers and stuff. And that's cool, but like, I'd rather have the dual fists or the hammer and Melta. Yeah, we ratting, boy. We doing it. We still doing it. We're trying to speed through the little guys. We got their cloaks done. We're going to try to get the brass work done. The leaks or the reveals? I'm trying to put a video together for it. Maybe. I have the script written. I have a lot of assets I've made recently because I'm trying to be able to make videos for you guys that are like a quick little news report in the same vein as like what we do normally with like skits and animated areas and stuff like that. Because I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to just get a 10-minute video together randomly and be like, here you guys go. Enjoy the info. So we've worked on a couple things that I hope will pan out. Oh, things they've shown off with... what I've seen so far seems cool. I like that wizard levels are back, and I'm hoping that plays into the Disciples of Tzeentch more. Because I gotta tell you, I know a lot of people have talked about AOS season, I think what, we were on 2? Frickin' AOS 3 season, I think it was 2, right? Like we were on season 2 or 3 maybe? There's the Hoarfrost season, which I thought was season 2. Like, I played Disciples of Tzeentch, and everyone was like, yeah, that's the spell casting. They showed off some of the data stuff for Skaven. I'm not too sure about it, though. I don't have enough context to understand it. All I know is Nagash showed that it was like wizard level 9 or something. It was like a high-level wizard, maybe. And that kind of gives me hope, because, again, I got into AOS near the end of the last season, and everyone was like, yeah, Disciples of Tzeentch are big on wizards. And I was like, oh, that must mean we're great at casting spells. Guess what? No matter how much I stacked my spells in my advantage, no matter how many auras I put on the field to increase spellcast bonuses, I felt like anyone that I went against was just like, I countered it. Like that was the whole game for me, was just people being like, I countered it. And it's like, dude, are you a spellcasting army? No? What's happening? They're like, yeah, I've got a couple of wizards, mostly for counters. And it's like, okay, so basic-ass wizards are out here like, yo, we know you're the lords of sorcery. Guess what? Like, come on. It felt so bad, man. My buddy was playing the frickin' vampires, and he was... It was one of those things where I was like, you want to counter that, or do you have anything that can counter it? And he went, I might have something that can counter it. And he had to like go through his information because he forgot who was a wizard. Like, he forgot who had counter spells, like slots and stuff. And then he was like, all right, I'll roll with this one. And I was like, all right, well, I have all these benefits on my roll, so we'll see what happens. And he was like, I got it. And it's like, no, this is so stupid. I spent like half a fight unable to cast spells because I couldn't outroll my buddy. And it felt so bad. Just out here as the wizards of AOS, can't do anything. Perpetual state of failure. You do it on my Discord?
Yeah.
Or did you message me direct? Everybody be messaging me direct. Same boat, might be interested in Golden Boys depending on what's... Oh no, this is... Okay. Okay. So, I don't know if the... Because I'm interested in Spearhead, right? That's like my big thing. Alright, you're under the potential leaks thing.
Yeah.
Open. So, the new Skaven Tide box. I don't want either Skaven. And that's not to say, like, I think they're dumb. I don't want them. I think they're cool, and I can't wait to play against people playing Skaven. But I don't want them. I also don't want Stormcast. But they were like, yeah, you can get Spearhead in the box with all the rules and all the data sheets for all the current Spearheads and whatnot. And I was like, what? And then they never said anything about selling that separately. So all we're doing is assuming they're going to sell it separately. Summon Sanctum of... Oh, and Terrain can move. These are screenshots, I think, of the... Are they screenshots? Yeah, no, dude, these aren't leaks. They, US... This is what I wanted to talk about in the video. This is from the US Dallas Open. Like, these are just straight up things they showed on stream. Because the guy was using the Hell Pit, and Terrain... Or, you know, he was using the Gnawing Pit. Basically, Terrain moves now. Like, the terrain you have for your team, it can move. I was like, where do I remember seeing this? Oh yeah, it's because I watched back the 3-hour game they played during the US Dallas Open to show off AOS 4th with the 2 winners of, I think, the last tournament. Still gotta pick a fur color here. But yeah, I want the Spearhead stuff, but if they don't announce a standalone Spearhead box for day 1, I'm gonna try to work with someone from the local group who wants the stuff out of a box. Because there are people who are like, I kind of want, you know, all of the Stormcast. Like, I want extra Stormcast from the box, and I'd be like, fine, you can buy them off me, that's great. And then if someone was like, I want extra Skaven, yeah, sure, I'll sell those as well. Perfectly fine. I'm down with that noise. Is the Seraphon Spearhead the one it sounded like there were going to be 2 Spearheads that were coming out that were not normal box related? I remember someone saying something like that. I'm going to sell the rats, sir. This is going to be an expensive box. And I only want the Spearhead board, cards. I want the deck of competitive cards as well. Like, I want the rulebook. I want the core stuff that's like, this is what I need to play the game if I want physical books, which I kind of don't, but at the same time, whatever. And then I just want to give everything else to people who want that stuff, right? Well, not give, but sell. Is that the one? Because I remember they said there were 2. They're in the Jade and Fire book. There's 2 Spearheads that aren't gonna be released. That like aren't the fresh ones, right? Like aren't the newish ones, or the old ones, I guess would be the better way to put it. Like they're trying to do a thing where it's similar to what Combat Patrol has been trying to do, where they have all the basics, right? It's all based on the old Combat Patrol boxes. It's fine, I guess. But then they're like, hey, if you have units and you want to make a unique Combat Patrol, here's these extra ones you can look into and work on. It'd be great. Have fun. Because I would probably want to offload my Skaven on someone. I just don't need them. Sounds like I've got someone potentially for Stormcast. Now I just gotta find someone for Skaven. We'll see if someone local wants them. If not, maybe we can work something out, Shams. Because yeah, I don't need them. If the Skaven rulebook comes in that box as well, I can send that to you too. Just call it a day. Although I'm pretty sure it's all going to be indexed. I think it's going to happen the exact same way that 10th happened, where there really wasn't a codex early. It's just all indexes. And then the codexes get released later. Isn't Stormcast, like, just becoming weird now? Like, does anyone else feel like the story is going to change and the Stormcast is going to be the villains? The whole, like, oh, you're losing your soul the more you do this. You're losing who you were. It really is starting to feel like they're trying to lean the story in the direction of, like, there's going to be an event, some magical casting is going to happen. Now all the Stormcasts are evil. We call them the Stormfallen. Maybe that'll be it, right? At some point, they're just gonna drop the bomb of, hey, if you guys keep dying and resurrecting, you're gonna become the Stormfallen. So then there'd be like that second tier of chaos, where it's just Stormcast. Get the base colors in for the regular metals, non-brass metals. Which I don't think there's a lot of. Maybe it was Nagash the whole time. Probably use Doom Bull, all the leather strapping real quick. Since the armor and everything is kind of like browns and brown reds, maybe the fur... Maybe I lean it... I don't know. Dark blue, dark purple? Because if the fur goes red as well, it plays against the leather colors. And it's just too much brown on one model. Whereas we could go like a raven black, right? Where it's like that black to purple feel. I mean, it could happen. I feel like there's a lot of life factions, right? Like, there's way too many. Maybe that'll be the ultimate end goal that pisses everyone off, right? They go, imagine in a world where the Stormcast as a faction no longer exists. Right? Instead, all the models of Stormcast you purchase are now usable in every other faction. Because everything's gone wild. Stormcasts just kind of like show up wherever the hell they want. Get these rat furs painted. I could see it. That would be the Stormfall and destruction. Shining Silver, but we apply Shining Silver after we apply Bloodbelcher and Druchii Violet. Which again, Druchii Violet, I consider it a better shade than Nuln Oil. Take that, internet. guys are coming together. Loving it. Oh, more Doom Bull. That would piss so many people off. We're just like, I just want to play just one army. We'd be living in wild times. This down. Love me some oxidization. I have played one game of Kill Team in TTS so far. It still doesn't feel right, just because, you know, I'd rather play in person. I feel like most of us would. It's okay. Not the worst. Apparently there's a ton of tournaments, though, that run almost exclusively off of TTS. To the point where when I look up online to see if there's a tournament that I want to go to nearby, I have to make sure online is off. Because online is always considered nearby, so anytime you look at it, anytime you look into it, it's just like, yo, you want to know all these 800 games that are nearby you? In the next 5 days, there's so many of them. All you gotta do is log into TTS. It's like, you assholes. I'm trying to go to places to play. Apparently, 3 of the people from my local group were at the single player Maryland Open. And one of them actually played against the guy who I think won LVO. Like, that guy was just there. I think he lost to him by like 2 points. Can't remember. He said something. I'd have to look it back up. No, yeah, dude. In-person gaming, it just feels so much better. I mean, I edit for like my job. I also do this. Like, this is comfortable, even though I'm constantly looking over at a chat to talk to you guys. This is at least a little comfortable. But then I gotta edit my own videos. I gotta make assets. I'm still working on all of those merch ideas. We got the Black Templar idea pretty much done. I just got to get the rest of them in, man. Where's that slightly lighter brown? Did I already pull it out? No. Doom Bull's there. Where's Blood Reaver? I feel like Blood Reaver isn't lighter. Which means I'm trying to get Deathclaw, I think is what it's called. Deathclaw brown. Could have swore I brought Deathclaw brown out. No, this is World Bearer Red. World Bearer Red might be okay as a leather color. It's a little bit lighter than what you'd expect. Brrr. Yeah, it's not bad. Again, a lot of the armor and a lot of like the leathers and components are leaning in the direction of reds and browns, which means we can't really go that direction with the fur. That'll make it a little too weird. What I'm going to do about the symbol, we're actually going to do uniform gray. And then I'm going to hit it with the Brigandine gray. If we can get these guys done today, be great. If we can get these guys done early today, that would be amazing. Because if we can get them done early today, that means we can start tinkering with the Warpsmiths. This guy's back from biking. Get him. Welcome back, Brax. No, yeah, testing is great. Definitely great. Here's the thing though, is you can kind of test in Kill Team, depending on what you already have access to, right? Because technically Kill Team is just about silhouette as well as base size. So as long as you're very clear on who is what, and you've got maybe enough stuff written down, you could practically run anything at all. Specifically, like I have the Legionary squad. I could run my Legionary squad as, technically I have a Death Guard squad too. So I could run, like one of the people who watch, who I think's in here now, has a Death Guard squad. He could, with those units, easily run Legionary, and he could also run Nemesis Claw. One squad, he can try it all out. See if he likes it. That kind of stuff. Like there's things you can do that are pretty cool, I think. Point. Rah. What's up, Arturo? All right, let's pick a fur color. Gotta get the fur underway. I think we start with Alandi Violet. I normally use this in my airbrush, but I actually think it would work well here because it is an extremely dark purple, and I don't think I have to. Actually, now that you're here, I need to check the time. Okay, it's 1:41. Usually you're here 2 minutes before I leave, so you're throwing me off today. Painting's going good though. We'll probably get all the rats done in record timing for the most part. We're going dark fur pattern. On the younger warrior rats. The gladiator rat is going to be old with gray. So he's already covered. These guys are going to start as dark purple. And there's probably only going to be one coat that goes over them of like a lighter purple-y color. We could go all the way up to rust gray though on like specific spots, I think. We did, or I did. I watched the reveals. I'm trying to get a video together for it, maybe. They just revealed more today on Warcom that I need to check out. Make sure, because I had some things written down for the video where I was like, I'm wondering about this. I swear to God, if I put that video out and they put a Warcom thing out immediately after, that's just like, we answered your question already. I'm gonna be. This is why I hate trying to do quick reactionary news overview videos, because like this happens all the time with the main editing job that I do. We something will usually come up and we're like, oh, let's talk about it on the news show that we're gonna do tomorrow. And then literally as the next morning happens, or as I'm finishing the edit, news will break that's like, oh yeah, we already solved that problem, or yeah, oh yeah, we already dealt with that issue. Nah. Well, that sucks. Like, we have to keep putting, I think, and we forget a lot. We have to keep saying, like, at the time of recording, this is how it is. This is the things that are going on. Because I bring up that they haven't really... They revealed a lot of stuff, but they haven't really told us, like, the exact things. Like, I'm super interested in getting the Spearhead stuff, but I don't want to get the Skaven Tide box. But if the only way I can get Spearhead early on is by purchasing Skaven Tide, that means I have to find someone who wants the Skaven units and possibly the Stormcast units, and then just sell them. Which, yeah, okay, sure. I need to figure out a wood color. I think it's going to end up being Deathclaw if I can find it. I've been using Deathclaw like pretty consistently. I don't know why I keep losing the bottle. It's actually wild. It should just be like right on the top. And instead it's just always gone. Seraphim Sepia. Because we got Doombull, we got Blood Reaver. I could have swore I put it out here with all the rest of the stuff. The highlight? The highlight was just kind of showing off how Spearhead worked. I'd read some interviews with like AOS stuff, but actually, oh, here it is. But actually seeing how it physically worked was like, oh, okay. I like this. We need it on the wood. That's where we're going to put this. Then we'll probably use a contrast to make it look more wood-like. Probably just hit it with Reichland Flesh Shade. That would probably work. What's up, Warzogs? You looking forward to 4th edition Orcs? I gotta get into AOS, man. I have enough Disciples of Tzeentch stuff. I might need a few more things, but I'm at this point with what I have. I need to see what they change or adjust with the rules. Because the conclusion I was coming to with my AOS stuff wasn't something I was happy with. I'm a little annoyed at the Necromunda stuff because I was really hoping those little head ticks were going to be more units for the Genestealer cults. Even though it is Genestealer cults and Necromunda, it doesn't seem like there's any crossover where you'll be able to use those units in 40k, which really sucks. I was kind of hoping we were going to get like a Psyker unit that could control Spore Mines, basically, and we were going to get our own version of Spore Mines. I mean, you guys just got what was it? You got... God, I can't remember their name now. You recently got that expansion, right? Was it the Bad Moon stuff? No. God, I hate not remembering when I want to. Too much, man. There's too much going on. Too much going into my brain. Factions. Orc. I guess they're a sub-clan within the Orc. Cruel. Oh, the Cruel Boys. No, yeah, the Cruel Boys. Wasn't the Cruel Boys the one that they like dropped out of nowhere? They were like, oh yeah, you can take these guys now. Here's the book. All right, let's get the slightly lighter purple. Oh, you're going old? Oh yeah, the Orcs got the old world stuff now. Old world seems cool. Phone call. My parents are gathering up a bunch of stuff so they can move to a new house. They're going through the attic and they found a bunch of my old Batman mugs, which I thought were pretty much gone, but apparently not. I don't know how many of you are young enough to remember the age of the McDonald's Batman Forever glass mug collectible. It was a pretty pog age. I think we'll go rust gray. Yeah, we'll take it to this purple and then we'll go rust gray afterwards. I mean, I was as a kid. I still kind of like some of the Batman stuff that they show.
Poggers.
Poggers? Oh, word. But yeah, these were collectible mugs from way back in the day. And you had to travel around because not every store got every mug. And then they would sell out super fast too. They were, actually I have one. I can show you guys it. Because these things were like actually top tier quality. Like this was back in the day when you would go to McDonald's or Burger King or whatever to get real collector's items. Like genuinely good collector's items. Because they would partner with these like huge IPs from all over. Let me just get this guy's purple down. Dude, this So Flat matte paint looks so good. Let me go grab them. Hang on. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So this is Two-Face. The handle was the flipping of his coin. Like this was the quality of mug that they were releasing at McDonald's. This was a collectible. So that's the half-size mug. The villains were half-size, the Riddler and Two-Face. And then Batman and Robin were the full-size mugs. So I thought I only had one set of these. My sister broke one of them a long time ago. And then we found a replacement for it at like one of those rando stores. Hang on. It was God, which store was it? It's just one of those like kind of like donation based stores. I can never remember. There's like 3 of them. Salvation Army, stuff like that. So we found one there, but it was all yellowing. But it was whatever. That means I had the set back, which is cool. My parents are cleaning up the attic and they found literally 7 more. Just in the attic, wrapped up. I do not know where they came from. Because I don't remember collecting more than just a single set. Yeah, we're gonna go from this purple to a rust gray. Yeah, Goodwill, probably. No, yeah, it's a sought after set because it's actually good quality. They're durable, highly usable, and just really good looking in general. All right, let's do some rust gray highlights. We gotta be very, very clear with the highlights. phone calls all day, man. No, I mean, I could see them having to move it. They're not going to leave it there. And as in any situation where a company is going to be held liable for damages done to a piece of property, they're probably going to want to figure out exactly what happens, which means insurance claim adjusters are going to have to look at things. They're going to want to check signs of tampering. It's always how it is in any type of situation like this. Got to figure out who's at fault legally and chuck the book at them. That always works. Because the company's going to do whatever it takes to lay the fault on the captain of the ship. Because they're not going to want to pay for anything. I mean, conspiracy theories exist for everything. That's just how the human brain works at this point. I'm convinced conspiracy theories are they're a way of life for us as a species. We love that shit. Because the thing is, sometimes they're true, which, that's enough to make people just be like, yo, conspiracy theories, always true. All they need is just one every now and then to come to light as oh yeah, that was true the whole time. What was it? It was frickin'... I'm so hyper-focused on list building and painting these days that when I try to reach into my mind for a name, I'm always just God damn it. I'm kicking things out of my skull so that I can do better at painting. It's the makes the frogs gay guy. One of the greatest memes of all time. How absolutely ridiculous that guy was. And then having him go into a victim group. Yeah, Alex Jones. Because Alex Jones was constantly talking about how there was the one, oh no, another name, no. Ah, yeah, Epstein. Because wasn't Alex Jones consistently telling everyone that Epstein was basically running sex trafficking rings, and everyone was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And then all of a sudden it's just boom! Now everyone has that thing that they can point to and be like, look! All conspiracy theories must be true. Meanwhile, he's also breaking into trauma group events for parents who lost children in school shootings, telling them they're all liars to their face. It's maybe don't treat this guy as your the captain of your moral compass. I don't know. I don't know if we do that. He like believes in lizard people and Hollow Earth. It's like, all right, man. The world's flat. Turning the frogs gay. Like, dude. It's interesting though, because like those kinds of stories were always supermarket tabloids, right? Like they were always the stories in the magazines that are up front at supermarkets that everyone makes fun of because it's like, oh look, the Bat Boy is in the news again. It's the kid that looks like a bat because he was mutated at birth and he lives on the streets and eats dogs or something, whatever rumor they were making up about this non-existent thing. Now it's turned into random radio shows and podcasts. It's great. You say enough things, something's gonna stick, right? Like that's what you assume. If you say enough things, something's gonna stick. Let's get their bases together. Grab a little bit of this gray and highlight the regular rat with it. Real quick. Dude, there's so many memes and they're so good. There's the guy who made the folk song out of what he was saying. Do you remember the folk song? Like it sounds like a real folk song. Like a genuinely recorded, written. It's so good. Yeah, but the things I say, you automatically know are just kind of like meh. We're talking friggin' board games here. I'm not gonna chuck Hollow Earth theory at you as though it's a fact. I'm not gonna sit here telling you I've seen politicians take off their masks to reveal that they're lizards and then eat children. We're not playing that game. That's weird. Absolutely ludicrous. Well, that was the thing, right? Yeah, like orcs. But that was the thing. Psychologically speaking, there's actually been studies, which are annoying to know about. So I'm going to let all of you be annoyed as well. Apparently, seeing someone's face on a screen who then tells you, like a television screen or a movie screen or something, if they stand in front of you, dude, imagine making the Alex Jones orc, like war boss. Like actually getting a perfect model of that. Oh, that'd be so cool. But okay, so the study shows that people, if they see someone tell them something on a TV screen or a computer screen, they are like 70% chance more likely to believe it is true. Which I know I'm telling you in that same exact situation. But it's kind of scary to think just all it takes is for someone who wants you to believe something to get the now easy access to being able to be on a screen telling you something to make people think it's true. And I was thinking about this because I've been watching my parents in their old age watch a lot more like weird conspiracy theory Facebook videos and just tons of like news spin and stuff, and seeing them respond with like, hey, did you hear this as a fact? And then I'm just like, I don't think that's a fact. It doesn't sound right at all. But then I see it with my little cousin too. Like my little cousin, man, he makes me outright understand that our future is over. Like it's done. His whole existence. The things he tells me, where he's like, I know this to be true, and I'm like, that does not sound true at all. And then doing 2 minutes of research into what he just told me is not true. And it's like, dude, where'd you learn this? He was like, I saw a YouTube short. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. Find it. Break the cycle. It just seems weird. And I kind of hate it. But I also kind of get it. Back before the internet, it kind of made information easy to control because, I mean, not everyone had a television station. A small contingent. They're planning on getting an island and surviving the apocalypse. It's the only way to keep our species going. Need to make sure I'm on camera. I'm doing the thing where I'm backing up. It's kind of why I like that my character is a little VTuber character. I feel like there's at least some separation, right? Because you're not seeing my face. It's not like the, it's not like how the research is from, like, cereal box type stuff. And I know I ramble a lot, but it's the whole concept of human beings react to things looking at them. Like, you know why characters on cereal boxes are all looking at a slightly down angle? For most people, you think like, oh, they're looking at the cereal. But the way the positioning of the eyes are, they're actually looking out and down. Because it's meant so that little kids, when they're in the grocery store, feel like the cartoon character's looking at them. Which makes them be okay with like wanting to purchase it. They'll point at it and be like, I want that. Because they've now made this like weird parasocial connection to a cartoon character. And I feel like having my face on camera might try to drive more concept towards like, oh, what I'm saying is 100% true. Whereas this way, you can have that shadow of doubt, and I like it. Feels good. What, my first model ever painted when I was in frickin' 8th grade? Hell no. Those are gone. I actually tried to find them. I could have swore I still had my old Raptors. Back when the Raptors, their jetpacks were actually regular power packs, but they had like leather hang-down wings. They looked like Da Vinci backpacks. It was so weird looking. I painted them like Harlequins. Super bright colored. They were some of my first bright colored units I've ever painted. I think they were pink, turquoise, and orange, and I think there was some yellow involved. And I had them still, because I was looking around at one point in time, but I think I cleaned them out, because they were just kind of sitting in a box. I did watch that TED Talk where the guy went over the idea that people are kind of foolish enough to take people at their word if they say something with enough conviction, to the point that you guys were making in chat. His whole skit, I guess, that he put on was him going on stage, pulling out a cigarette. And then when everyone in the room kind of like murmured about that, he was like, oh, what, you think this is bad for you? And with conviction, he talked about how cigarettes aren't bad for you. And then was just like, I did this to my friend, and he 100% believed me. And there's probably a few of you in this room right now who are like, oh, I didn't know that. Honey, we're getting cigarettes on the way home. Nice. Yeah, I have none of my first minis. None of them. I had some good ones, though, back in the day. I had an Abaddon, like the old Abaddon. I had a Lord of Change Pewter, the one with the peanut belly. That thing was near impossible to, like, keep together. Like, the way... I keep saying, like, god damn it. The way it was organized, the way the model was designed, you had to put... The two legs had indents in them, like little domes, that you would put around the peanut middle body. And that's how it would hold together. You needed to pin this, or else it would keep falling apart, which mine did because I didn't pin it. I had to go to tournaments with glue, assuming that every single time I'd take my Lord of Change out of its box, I would need to fix it 100% of the time. All right, we need ash gray. And then we will feel good. Now, there's a thing we need to do, because I genuinely want to convert the Warpsmiths. Genuinely want to convert the Warpsmiths when we get to that. And I have a plan. I have an idea. I don't know if it's going to work. What we're thinking of, I need to figure out if there's a way for me to preemptively take Jeweler's Chain and then get the Jeweler's Chain into specific positions and shapes and then glue them, and do this before attaching them to the actual Warpsmith. We have a skull box I need to grab because we need to grab, I think, 8 total skulls out of it. Those 8 skulls are supposed to play in to the chains that are on his back, because he still kind of needs to look like a Warpsmith. He still needs to look like he somehow fixes demon engines. I think the plan is to make the skulls on his back look like kind of energy, magic, super, like, glowy skulls, I guess. And then we'll go from there. But I feel like I'm gonna need to assess the chain kind of before we really do anything else. Because I don't know how we're going to glow it. I might try to put it down on like wax paper with glue and hope that the wax paper releases the object without really sticking too much to it. Maybe we can go from there. Which we're going to want to record that, actually. I want to record this. I want to show people how we're going to make Thousand Sun Warp Smiths. What else do we do? We do Blood for the Blood God. And then we put the black rings on, and we are done. We are done with Skaven. My little Skaven team. We're done with Underworlds for now. Which is great, because I love these Mirrored City models are great. I love them. We should have the case that I actually ordered for this as well as other things coming in today. I'm gonna have to get all these paints put away, because if we're gonna convert, if we're gonna build and convert, I don't need paints out. I need enough open space to get wax paper out and do all that extra stuff. We're gonna try to throw all these where they need to go. Oh, keep forgetting. We also need to do, two things here. We need to do the glowing red eyes on the 3 and the black rings on the 3. So that's the last of it. Let me clear all the rest of these paints off. Wait, what do you mean? Oh, they changed it? I know they said they changed it the other week. Okay, people keep telling me that, but I just went to twitter.com again. Like, I keep hearing this. So I just typed in twitter.com. I'm on Twitter right now. It's got to be a slow update, maybe, or a slow rollout. Like, I'm on twitter.com/home, and I'm looking at my info, and I'm checking tweets out from Penny Arcade. Like... I mean, I think you've just described how X has been for a long time now. It half works. Agree. Glowy red eye. Here you go. Yes. It's so bright. I mean, did we expect anything to work on this site? Okay, you have coverings on your eyes. You fool! No glowing red color for you. Scabies! Dude, anything social media. It's kind of weird. Like, the thing is, the thing that at least I think of, it's always been this way, right? It's just, we didn't have the space for it, if that makes any kind of sense. The idea is, like, when my parents were kids, there were still people standing on the sides of streets with signs, claiming end times stuff and, you know, preaching different weird thought processes and conspiracy theories, radical political movements, all this stuff. Like, that existed before, so, like, it was already there. All we did was give it a more focused place that, like, you guys could see it. Like, it's not a big deal if person on street corner in random small city in Wisconsin is flipping the hell out about how the spaghetti monster is the only way we're gonna move forward as a species. But now it's on Twitter. Now everyone can see it. And again, like I've said, when you see someone on a monitor, on a screen, you assume that they're there for like a reason, that they're kind of in their right mind, that what they're saying has a shred of truth to it that you need to actually think about. And that's just not the case. It's just not. So the reaction to it just happens, right? Because there's this feeling of like, why are you on the monitor if you're not saying true things? It's like, he's on the monitor because everyone can be on the monitor. Don't worry about it. Dude, spaghetti monster is love. If I were to play Tyranid, that would have been my thing. I would have purchased, that would have been my conversion, right? I would have taken green stuff, made tons of like noodles out of it, and just converted like a Tyranid hive mind super zoanthropy thing into a spaghetti monster. The anti-tank, GSC, or are you talking about the Necromunda models? Necromunda models look great. I am sad that they are not for 40k, as far as I can tell, unless they're planning on eventually going like, oh, by the way, you know all those cool little spore mines and stuff we showed you? Yeah, they're in. 40k. Take them. Go purchase Necromunda boxes and put them in your GSC list. I'll do the hell out of that. Those look cool. GSC 40k, Combat Patrol looks very weak, but that's kind of necessary. It looks fast, but it looks weak. The problem with Combat Patrol right now is that there were way too many that were super good that they need to get rid of and change out. GSC was one of them. GSC was actually extremely strong. Again, because it was a vehicle-based army. Which vehicle-based armies in the new rules were a little ridiculous, if we're being honest. I don't know where my rubber band for this went. Oh no. I want to give us a little bit of time. Oh, there it is. The new leader, though, okay, so the battle force is okay. I think the costs, of course, are going up, as they've already announced. If you've been on their website, they've had to increase costs by, I think they said 2 or 3%. for a lot of their stuff, except for paints and things like that. I think books and paints were the big ones where they were like, no, we're not raising those prices. But yeah, check them out. Let me get the focus in for you guys. Ooh, I like the green robes. I don't do green robes enough. I think I've only ever done green robes on my Aldari from the Blackstone Fortress. It's gotta be a tariff thing. I feel like Nordic countries are closer to the source. Why would they go up? Oh no! I cannot believe I didn't notice. Oh, I feel like an idiot. Chat, we're gonna have another day working on these guys. I can't do it now though, because I kind of want to start work on these. I cannot believe I didn't notice. And none of you told me. Shame on you, chat. There was a fifth. No. Oh, he was on the other side of the frickin' black paint. At least these weren't like slow. Oh my god. It's fine though. I remember the process. It means on Thursday we're most likely going to airbrush because I have about 30 minutes. I'm not setting up the airbrush for 30 minutes of working on one guy. What we're going to do, I'm going to set these guys aside for now. Is there no magnet on this? No, there is. I think the magnets are too small. Because I've been waiting. I've really been waiting to break into these. Hang on. So the Chaos Space Marine Codex isn't coming out until Saturday. My only games that I have scheduled are Friday and Saturday. So I cannot play the Chaos Space Marine Vashdor detachment on those days. But I'm going to play my Thousand Suns detachment. Because the goal is still the same. I'm trying to figure out how to quench my bloodthirst. So we got these. And these need to be Thousand Suns. The whole thing. I'm also double thinking what we're doing with the Terminator that I have, that we were gonna make into another Terminator Sorcerer Lord. I already have 2 Terminator Sorcerer Lords on top of the one that I custom built, which I really like the look of. He's one of my favorites. He looks so good. And I really wanted another to also look really good. But now I'm thinking we'll have to wait, because if the Chaos Space Marine Codex comes out and the regular Terminator Lord in that is something where I'm like, I want that, I might convert this one to a regular Terminator Lord who's still kind of Thousand Sun looking. And then I'll just use him as that instead. But we need to try something here. And I'm going to try to record it. Where I should have wax paper somewhere. Here it is. Problem is I'm kind of using it for something. And I don't have more. I think I took home my wax paper palette. Let me check in the back, see if I put the wax paper palette. like completely away. I'm not seeing the wax paper palette. There's plastic though. This is a problem. I guess we'll just use the other side of the wax paper palette that I'm keeping all my stencils on. I'm gonna need to keep these boxes because I do want to do another video like how I did the Cerastus video. I think that'd be cool. Question though, do I make my Vashtor look more Tzeentch-ish, or do I leave him as Vashtor? With characters, I'm always kind of on the fence about converting. Because it's always that moment in my head of just like, I mean, people recognize the model. It'll probably be easier for people to understand what's going on. Because in the end of the day, the only real thing I would do to the Vashtor model is maybe figure out if I can add some robe components to it, and then change its head out for maybe a Lord of Changehead. And that would be it. Which I think I still have a couple Lord of Changeheads. I'm gonna see if my shipment's here. Nope, still out for delivery. Sag. So, key thing we need to do. Like I said, we need to make 8. I think. Maybe even more. You got work to do, you got work to do, Goblin. Question is, because I've seen your name somewhere. Yeah. Oh, no, a different person, I think. Yeah, if you got work to do, you got work to do. You probably only have about a half hour. Maybe a little less, depending. Oh, that's right. This is why I hated this backpack. What's most likely going to happen is we're going to just get a regular backpack. I don't want any of this, right? Like, I don't want... I get that it's a Warpsmith and I love the look of it to a degree. But I think the reality we're going to aim for is we'll get the main body together. That'll absolutely happen. Maybe. Dude, I'm almost looking at this and thinking, do I have enough parts from my 1,000 Sun boxes to just do a 1,000 Sun Sorcerer? Oh, I actually kind of hate this. I should have just ordered a 1,000 Sun Sorcerer box and then 2 of these. Like, that's the reality of this. I mean, I guess it's kind of okay. I do love this. I've always preferred this technique for the helmeting and the masking, is where you have this wraparound in front of the face. I love that. I've always loved that. And I hate that 1,000 Suns don't really have that. But I completely forgot that this guy is pretty much monopose. Which means any and all conversions we create are going to need to have, like, an excess of stuff, right? Like, so the front of his body that's chain mesh, that's fine. The problem is the backpack and then this part of the backpack. The thing is, I don't think I can, my original plan was to go, all right, let me just trim all of this and use the Thousand Sun backpack, because I completely forgot that this is actually all one component. The reality is we're gonna probably want to cut all of these off. I'm gonna need to figure out sizes for this because this isn't that big. We're gonna want to cut all of those off, and we're gonna want to maybe cut the entire bottom part off. That usually comes back like this. And I might, like, I got a lot of chain. I'm not worried about running out of this anytime soon for this process. The trick is I might double it up though. I'm thinking about it. Because I kind of want to reinforce it. And I feel like this small chain is not going to cut it. Whereas if I double it up, glue it like this with a skull on the end, I think that'll serve better. This is a struggle, chat. Let me go get some other parts so that we know what we have access to. We need the skulls. I already have the bases that I'm saying I needed. Oh wait, no, these are bigger than what I needed. Where's my Thousand Sun bits? Here they are. That's some of them. I don't think those are the right ones. These should be the right ones. Those are Phobos. All right, here we go. Step one, figure out what skulls are good. I think I used all the Zangor bird skulls. All I have left are Nurgle and Khorne skulls at this point, which are not ideal. Yeah, I think we just have to cut into these. One. Wait, which arm? You building the knight? You're building something else. Oh, we have to figure out my Forge Fiends. That's another thing I gotta do this week. My Forge Fiends I built so that you could change the guns out, but the problem is that they don't stay straight. So I kind of figured out a way to deal with it, but it's not good enough because they still keep shifting in an annoying way. And I think I have a plan on how to fix it, involving smaller magnets than what I use now and getting rid of the large magnet. Because if I glue 2 on the top and then 1 on the bottom, they'll actually sit with each other. Like, they'll just sit kind of next to each other. Oh, 5-star stories. This guy talking about 5-star stories like I don't know 5-star stories. The problem is I don't have any of the good mech kits. You have a good one for it? Because I bought a tiny one at friggin' Otakon one year. I was looking around and everyone was like, oh, Gundam, Gundam, Gundam. I was like, dude, where the hell are the 5-star stories mechs? And I found one, so I got it, and it was like super tiny and not great. I think the idea for me is we just do 4. Let me see what you're talking about. I cannot go back into building mechs, even though, okay, the store, my local store for 40K just started selling models. They just got into it for mech models. And then the store that I occasionally would go to for painting are really into it for mech models. What are you talking about here? You're saying Volks? Ooh, these actually look really good. Let me see if I can find the one I have. Oh, there he is. I think that's him, or was it this one? Oh, yeah. No, I had... Okay, so I had the tiny version. This actually kind of looks like it, which makes me think this is also the tiny version. Knight of Gold. That's the one I had. Because I love that hat, dude. That hat looks so ridiculous. It looks so cool. Yeah, I had the Knight of Gold. I wanted the, or Type D2. I wanted the D Mirage, but I had the D2, which was the swordsman version. Because that hat looks so freaking cool, man. I knew 5-star stories. The only mech I have right now, though, that I built, it's probably the only one I'm going to keep, is my favorite from all time. Like, this is genuinely... This is the mech that really made me think about mech anime as, like, something I could enjoy. This was the fun grade where there's, like, a lot of, like, internal and components that work off of each other. When you open them, that'll open, like, 4 other things. Fucking love the tall geese. I want to get... At the end of the day, I would want to get this grade of all 3 tall geese variants. So this is a foot tall? Okay, so the one I had was like a half foot. So this would be a little bit more detailed, even though it looks about the same in the pictures. Maybe that's just the picture's fault. Oh, no, here we go. Zoomed in, it looks good. Dude, I love tall geese. Tall geese is my boy. So other components we need to think about here. Notice how his arm for his hammer or axe is a standalone arm. If I can find Thousand Sun staffs, I need 2 of them. I also need Thousand Sun Sorcerer heads, which look like they're in here. I think we can probably do that one. Oh, Tall Geese 1, my favorite. Tall Geese 2, I loved the concept of, because Tall Geese 2 was just blue, and his Vernier 8s were up. Like, they were designed because he was fighting in space to, instead of being down for Earth gravity, they were pointed forward so that he could fly forward from wherever he was in space. Which I thought was hilarious. We have capes that I didn't use. Maybe we could just use the capes on this guy. Do we have a second cape? I gotta have a second cape, so I'm gonna hold that. We also have front capes. I'm gonna grab 2 of those just in case. I think we could pretty much full convert this guy to 1,000 Sun. I think the one, like because I mean, most of us miniature model collectors have our pie in the sky thing that we would want that would make our day. I'm trying to remember what it was called because it's been years since I watched this one. It was from 8th MS Team. It's not the Hans Goof. I love the Hans Goof idea, but it's not it. I'm trying to remember what the hell they called it. The Opsilus. The Opsilus Mark III. Oh, that'd be so cool. I think that'd be cool to have. I loved that anime. I love it when those types of animes go the direction no one really expects. Oh, I've got a lot of Legionary parts I did not remember. Like 8th MS was more about the people, which was great, but it had fantastic fights. More recently, Hathaway. Gundam Hathaway was incredible. On Netflix, I think it was other places. But Hathaway did incredible stuff with that genre. Because when they're fighting in a city, the camera keeps cutting to low angles among the civilians. So you'll see like, they'll shoot a laser at the other one, it'll block with its shield, and in most of the Gundam animes, you're like, oh yeah, he blocked it with his shield. Then they go to the low angle, and you're watching the molten steel that comes off of the shield just landing on things in the city that people are running past. Like, it'll hit a mailbox and just melt it into the ground. It's like, whoa. It hits you with the realization of just like, oh, this is actually kind of horrifying. Like buildings collapsing on people. It was crazy. I feel like I'm missing a ton of parts. Do I like those heads? I'm okay with those heads. I do feel like I'm missing a ton of parts though, because they give you like 8 staff arms per sorcerer box, and I owned 3 sorcerer boxes. So I don't know where the rest of my staff arms are. This isn't good. Got the 2 heads. I've got the 2 front-facing capes. I only have 1 back-facing cape, which is weird. Just gonna say it. Kinda weird. I have staff fronts. Honestly, I'm okay using the actual hammers or axes that they get. I think I'm fine with that. The main thing where I'm like, I really wish we do this is that we're just gonna trim off all of the little cabling things and replace them with chain. So what we're gonna do here, normally, this is my stencil container. We're gonna use the other side of it. We're gonna hope that that's okay, although I am now feeling that only one side has wax on it. That's not good. Huh. I might have to wait. We might have to wait until I get my hands on my wax stuff, which is at the other house, my other location. Yeah. But yeah, probably gonna use the back. That's probably gonna be a thing. The main body is gonna be the core element. But before we glue all this on, we're gonna balls in. I'm gonna cut all that crap off. Cut all this off, cut these side wires off. And then we're gonna be using a metric ton of this, which we've got a few layers left, and I'm guessing we're gonna have more than enough. Alternatively, we have the larger chain, which may be more ominous and horrifying looking. Although we gotta remember that the skull is gonna be at the end of it, so I don't know. I'd have to like trim the metal and then put the skull on it, I think. Like, how do we do this? Because the small chain feels too small. No. This is great for like weapon chain and gun and stuff. But when it comes to like proper chain, I don't know. It feels too tiny. Even doubled up, which is what we're thinking of doing. Like double it up and twist it. Still just feels too small. Real question, is my multi-tool here? Don't think it is. I had a small, older multi-tool that I could have swore I was keeping here so that I could do stuff with it. Ooh. Okay, I found the right size magnets. These are for the Knights things that I gotta get here soon. I had someone 3D print me a bunch of Chaos Knights parts so that I don't have to buy another despoiler. It's a very key thing in my life, is not needing to buy a whole new despoiler for just a couple of parts. That'd be great, thank you. But he didn't get all the parts to me, so he's shipping them again, which is good. It's nice. Wanted to make sure I had the magnets for it. And then at some point we're going to need to work on the Forge Fiends this week. We have so much to do. I might actually have to come back here and do work without streaming, honestly. I'll try to get a lot of this done. I'm trying so hard. Oh my god, the music's gone. No, the music! Hopefully I have enough super glue. I've been using a lot of this. Should be good. No. God, this is rough. Ah, it split the whole link. No. Why does this gotta be so hard, man? Oh, it still splits the whole link. It literally breaks the whole... Oh, that's because the frickin' joint was on the inside. That's why. Keep forgetting. These aren't like fully soldered and connected. These are meant for you to pull them kind of apart. Here we go. We are wilding out right now. Yo. Yeah. Awesome. Length of chain will probably be about this long, I imagine. Maybe a little shorter. I want to try it. I want to try it. I want to see when I get back if it worked. I almost don't even care. Like, we got to test one, right? Because I kind of want to get this recorded, and I kind of want to get at least one of these warpsmiths done. glue's on. We just gotta reposition stuff. Try not to get it to stick to my fingers too much. Oh no. Okay. Oh. This is going to be a hassle. We have to do this 7 more times. Oh my god. Okay. We'll see if it works. If it does, then we probably have our method, which I like. And then we'll need to start recording. It is 3 o'clock. I've got to get moving. I'm probably going to be in and out. Like, I don't know if I'm going to show the rest of the Underworld's Skaven painting, because I'm going to have to paint them, like, off stream. I'm going to have to just come over here tomorrow and just power through the final one off stream, I think. Ugh. Because we really need to get on this Warpsmith. And then Vashtor should be here tonight or tomorrow, and my Rhino should be here Wednesday. Not that that matters, because my games will be Thousand Suns pretty much only. Also, I don't need to worry too much until the CSM list happens, because I don't use Forge Fiends in my Thousand Suns list. I use a single Mutalith Vortex Beast, and then mostly just Cabal points generation stuff. So we're probably good. We're actually probably fine on, like, timing and speed. It's not that bad. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for keeping the chat going. Hopefully you guys have projects going pretty well. I'm still debating, like, actually going in on this video, going over the reveals. I'm going to check today's Warcom release when I get home. And if I'm okay with it, I will power through a voiceover, and I might have a video out tomorrow or Wednesday. Short video, just talking about my thoughts on the reveals, which, sorry for being late on those, but I keep having crap come up, and that's why I don't like doing quick turnaround video concepts. It gets a little annoying. Hopefully we'll be back Thursday for a stream. Till then, later guys.